Operation Paperclip was a covert United States government program that brought German scientists, engineers, and technicians to America after World War II. The program aimed to exploit their knowledge and expertise for military and industrial purposes, particularly in the fields of guided missiles, jet and rocket engines, aerodynamics, aerospace medicine, and submarine technology. Background and justification. Following World War II, the U.S. government recognized the importance of acquiring German scientific talent to counter the Soviet Union's efforts to recruit and exploit German experts. The U.S. feared that if these scientists remained in Soviet-occupied Germany, they would contribute to developing Soviet military capabilities. Operation Paperclip was part of a broader strategy to harness German scientific talent and prevent it from falling into Soviet hands. Implementation and scope. Between 1945 and the 1960s, the U.S. government brought over 1,500 German scientists and engineers to the United States through Project Paperclip. The program was initially known as Project Paperclip due to the paperclips used to hold together the many pages of information about the scientists' problematic past during the Nazi era. Later, the program was renamed and continued under various guises: Consequences and Legacy Operation. Paperclip played a significant role in the development of the U.S. space program, including the creation of the rocket technology that propelled the country's early satellites and astronauts into space. Many of the recruited scientists went on to work at NASA, the U.S. Air Force, and other government agencies, contributing to the advancement of American science and technology. Key takeaways. Operation Paperclip was a secret U.S. government program that brought German scientists and engineers to America after World War II. The program aimed to exploit their knowledge and expertise for military and industrial purposes. It was part of a broader strategy to counter Soviet recruitment of German experts and prevent them from contributing to Soviet military capabilities. Over 1,500 German scientists and engineers were brought to the U.S. through Operation Paperclip, contributing to the development of American space technology and other scientific advancements. U.S. recruitment of Nazi experts. The recruitment of Nazi scientists and engineers by the U.S. government, known as Operation Paperclip, raised significant moral and ethical concerns. These individuals were directly involved in the development of weapons and technologies used to commit atrocities during World War II, including the Holocaust and forced labor camps. Many had also been members of the Nazi Party, some holding high-ranking positions, and had participated in or condoned war crimes. The concerns were twofold: complicity. By employing these individuals, the U.S. government was, in effect, legitimizing and profiting from their work, potentially perpetuating the notion that their actions were justified or excusable. Lack of accountability. The U.S. government's decision to recruit Nazi scientists and engineers without adequately addressing their past involvement in war crimes and human rights abuses sent a message that such actions would be tolerated or even rewarded. U.S. government response. To address these concerns, the U.S. government took several steps. Screening process. The U.S. military and intelligence agencies implemented a screening process to identify and exclude individuals with direct involvement in war crimes or Nazi Party membership. However, this process was not always thorough, and some individuals with questionable pasts were still recruited. Denazification. The U.S. government required recruited scientists and engineers to renounce their Nazi affiliations and swear allegiance to the United States. This was seen as a way to distance themselves from their past and demonstrate their commitment to their new country. Integration into American society. The U.S. government aimed to integrate the recruited scientists and engineers into American society, often by relocating them to the United States and providing them with new identities. This was intended to erase their Nazi past and promote a sense of normalcy. Limited prosecution. A few high-ranking Nazi officials were prosecuted for war crimes, including Werner von Braun, who was interrogated by the U.S. military and later testified at the Nuremberg trials. However, many others were not prosecuted or held accountable for their actions. Ethical guidelines. The U.S. government established ethical guidelines for the treatment of prisoners and forced laborers, including the Nuremberg Code. which emphasized the importance of informed consent, respect for human dignity, and the prohibition of inhumane experimentation. In conclusion, while the U.S. government's recruitment of Nazi scientists and engineers was controversial, it also led to the development of ethical guidelines and a screening process aimed at excluding individuals with direct involvement in war crimes. However, the lack of thoroughness in the screening process and the limited prosecution of Nazi officials have been criticized as inadequate responses to the moral and ethical implications of this decision. Nazi scientists' legacy in U.S. military. The long-term impacts of Nazi scientists and engineers' work on the U.S. military-industrial complex and American society can be summarized as follows. Military-industrial complex. Rocket technology. The integration of German liquid propellant rocket technology, led by Wernher von Braun and his team, significantly accelerated the development of guided missiles and space exploration in the United States. This contributed to the U.S.'s dominance in these areas during the Cold War. Missile development. The expertise brought by Nazi scientists and engineers helped the U.S. military develop more advanced missile systems, including the Redstone and Jupiter missiles, which played a crucial role in the U.S.'s nuclear deterrent strategy. Aerospace medicine. The knowledge and research in aerospace medicine, gained from Nazi scientists' work on high-altitude flight and pressure suits, improved the safety and health of American astronauts and pilots. American society, ethical concerns. The controversy surrounding Operation Paperclip, which brought Nazi scientists and engineers to the U.S., raised ethical questions about the morality of employing individuals associated with war crimes and Nazi ideology. This led to ongoing debates about the responsibility to confront and acknowledge the past. Integration and assimilation. The absorption of Nazi scientists and engineers into American society and institutions contributed to the diversification of the U.S. scientific and technological community. However, this process also led to concerns about the erasure of Nazi affiliations and the lack of accountability for past actions. Cold War rivalry. The influx of Nazi expertise helped the U.S. maintain a technological edge over the Soviet Union during the Cold War, contributing to the country's global influence and strategic interests. Legacy, historical revisionism. The declassification of Project Paperclip files in the 1980s led to a reevaluation of the program's moral implications, acknowledging the complexity of the issue and the need for greater transparency and accountability. Contemporary relevance. The debate surrounding Operation Paperclip continues to inform discussions about the ethics of scientific collaboration, the responsibility to acknowledge and confront historical injustices, and the importance of transparency in international scientific cooperation. In summary, the long-term impacts of Nazi scientists and engineers' work on the U.S. military-industrial complex and American society include significant contributions to rocket technology, missile development, and aerospace medicine, as well as ongoing ethical and moral debates about the program's legacy and the responsibility to confront the past.